Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cup of the Crone. I am your crone named Audrey, and of course, this is my cup. Now, first, I would like to tell you guys happy spooky season, happy Halloween, happy autumn. My husband got me a couple of pumpkins to decorate my desk, and as you can tell, there's a theme today. I'm very Harry Potter Hogwarts up because I just kind of felt like it, and also this is a new sweater. So, ha 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 ha. But, a couple of quick things that I wanted to let you know about and keep you informed about. Everything is pretty much situated at the house, so I'm going to be getting back into a more regular schedule now. Thank goodness. And, I'm really kind of working on a couple of things right now because it is spooky season and I am really trying to be spooked up, so bear with me. So there is that. So what we're going to be talking about today is the Norse and Germanic gods. Now, one thing that you have to realize about, and you're gonna realize I got a couple of notebooks that I'm working out of, so please be patient with me because this is a lot to remember. So one of the things you have to remember about the Germanic gods, that is a combination of Norse and Germanic. The majority of witches working with these gods consider them just to be the Norse deities. Most of their lore is founded in the 13th century Icelandic documents known as the Poetic Edda, or the Pors Edda. They continue to be worshipped in Iceland, and modern pagans known as Axnatir. But what we call them within our community is heathens. Or Norse pagans. Now, there's some things that I really want to tell you about. So the gods pretty much are split up between the Vanir and the Aesir, which are two different realms, and we're going to be able to go over that right quickly. So in Norse mythology, all the realms are different levels of a tree called Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is the tree of life. It is where knowledge and life flows. Now, in these realms, and I might have these out of order, so be patient with me. There's Asgard, which is Aesir. There's Alfenheim, which is the land of the light elves or the bright elves. Jotunheim, which is the realm of the giants. Midgard, which is the mortal realm, which is us. Muspelheim, which is of fire and force of chaos. It's chaotic. There is Hell, which is the land which is where anyone who is sick or died of illness and not in battle go to Hell. There is Niflheim and Niflheim, which is Niflheim is the realm of the dwarves, and Niflheim is the land of ice and mist, which is the lower level of Niflheim. So they count as one. There is Svartalfheim, which is Svartalfheim, which is of the dark elves, and then there is Vanaheim, which is Vanstyr, which we're going to go over the gods, some of the gods of the major gods of which is Vanir and Aesir. So keep on to your hats. We're going to start from the top and work our way to the bottom. So Odin, which is the Allfather of Asnir. He is associated with war, victory, poetry, magic, wisdom. He is the god who Wednesday was named after. Um, he, so one of my favorite stories when it comes to Odin is this. So, Yggdrasil is a tree, right? Okay. He rode his steed Stepnir, which I hope I'm saying all these names correctly, which is an 8-legged horse that can travel between realms, to Yggdrasil, hung for knowledge. He hung himself for 9 days and 9 nights. And he hung himself not for knowledge, but he hung himself for the runic alphabet. He actually gave his eye for knowledge. He's associated with 2 wolves, 2 ravens, and you have to realize that with Vanir and Asnir, like, their realms are associated with very different things. So, Asnir is associated with war, spirituality, and intellectual pursuits. Vanir is associated with nature, material pursuits, and the emotions, and magic. So keep that in mind. So they're very different things that they kind of ride off here. Njord, which is both a giant and the god of the sea, he dwells in Vanir. And he is associated with wealth, the weather, and harvest. He and Freya are among the Aesir as part of a treaty between 2 groups, between them 2. No, that is Frey. Sorry. Or he and Frey live among the Aesir. Sorry. Him and Frey live among the Aesir between a treaty. So they can travel back and forth between those 2 realms freely because they have kind of like dual citizenship. So keep that in mind too. The Vanir are more feminine and are associated with more home and family. So keep that in mind also. So Njord is the father of Frigg, which is Freya. Freya is her title of lady. Frigg is her actual name, or Frigga. And fear. Now, Frigga is the goddess of beauty, love, fertility, war, divination, magic. She's the queen of Asgard, the mother of Balder. And, funny story, she's a very protective mother of Balder. And she went to every beast, every plant, every person, everything that could ever kill her son, and got a vow from each thing not to harm Balder. The only thing that can harm Balder is mistletoe. I thought that was funny. Okay. So Balder is the son of Odin and Freya, and he is the sun god. He's the sun god. He's associated with innocence, radiance, beauty, kindness. He's incredibly innocent. He is what is called the good god, the shining one. He was killed by mistletoe, and his brother Vale avenged his death. And we're gonna find out who killed him. So, he lives in the underworld and is forbidden to return from there until after Ragnarok, which is the Norse version of the apocalypse when everything goes to shit. So let's move on. Loki. So Loki's a shapeshifter and a trickster god of chaos. He is neither of Asnir or Vanir. He plays the field, whichever one can serve his purpose. He is a thief who steals from the gods and has occasionally rescues and occasionally plays the good guy, rescues them from harm. So he actually plotted to kill Balder, which is actually what he did was actually very smart. He got Hod, which is a blind god, and tricked him into throwing mistletoe at Balder and wound up killing him. Yeah. So the most innocent of gods died by indirectly Loki's hand. And Val actually killed Hod. And Hod was like, what the hell? Yeah. So there is Frey of Vanir, and he is of prosperity, pleasant weather, and he is, and it's actually a funny thing about him is that he's portrayed in like paintings and literature with having a big, yeah. So and he's always painted that way for some reason. So, and he has dual citizenship between Asgard and Valheim. Scotty, I'm going to mention her because she is my husband's patron god, and she is the goddess of war. She is the goddess of winter sports. She is the goddess of winter. She usually has a wolf by her side. And she's wonderful. So there is her. There is also Tyr, which is the god of battle, law, and sky. He's the son of Odin and Freya, and brother of Balder. The word Tuesday actually comes from Tyr. Thor is the god of thunder, of course. Everyone is familiar with Thor, but don't associate him with the Chris Hemsworth Thor, please. He also is the god of the sky and the household and protector of man. He's often associated with fertility, but he's known for his great hammer, which is the Solnir, which it never misses its target, but possesses a great axe. Like the other gods of Aesir or Asgard, his father is of Odin. The giant Jord was his mother, not Odin's wife, Freya. But you have to realize the relationship between Freya and Odin, they were partners. When Odin goes into his 100-year sleep, Freya actually rules Asgard in his place instead of like one of his sons doing it. So keep that in mind because their relationship, like Freya had other lovers, so did Odin, but they didn't hold that against each other. They realized that love among the gods is something that's okay. So they have multiple lovers, and of course, being fertility gods, what else should you expect? So Heimdall, which is the shiniest of all gods because he has the whitest skin, he is the son of Odin, and he actually guards the Bifrost, which is the rainbow bridge that connects between Asgard and the mortal realm, which is Midgard. Hel is the daughter of Odin. She is the ruler of the underworld. She nurtures and houses whoever comes into her realm. I think that's all the guys that we have now. And the runic, okay, and you have to realize the gods about Asgard is that they pursue very manly pursuits, you know. They are very focused on intellectuals, war, something else out there I need to mention is Valhalla, which is the land of the Valkyries. And the Valkyries are born of one way. They are born of lightning and their actual parental parents. So, and that's very interesting. But Valkyries are female warriors. They gather souls of men who died on the battlefield and take them to Valhalla to in peace, where they die in happiness and drink, eat, be merry. But they also prepare for Ragnarok. So, and they train him for that. And Norse mythology is very complicated. It is some of the books that I do recommend on getting for. One of them is this book. It was literally $5. It's by Jake Jackson. It explains the myths pretty well. And let's see what else. And of course, you have the goddesses in here, heroines by Magon, and then the witches' goddesses, and then the witches' gods. There, of course, you have the internet, so by all means, enjoy it and embrace it. But those, don't associate what you've got from media, especially Disney, from the gods that you have from these particular gods. These are gods of great intelligence and war. These are gods of uncontrolled, unparalleled strength. And these are like, y'all see my Freya video. So, and if you haven't, you can find it on the YouTube channel. These are, like I said before, these are gods that we do not bow to our gods, we embrace our gods. And that's something that these gods really truly do echo. So keep that in mind as you're working with them. And if these are very interesting to you, go ahead and do more research on it. That's how the only way you learn is if you do research and you try. But yeah, another thing that I want to keep y'all heads up on is that I do have a Norse mythology tarot deck. And this is one of the ways that I've been learning about the Norse gods. Now, I got this from one of my local shops, but I also found it on Amazon. It is the reading of the 9 worlds of Norse mythology. It's called Yggdrasil. It's Norse divination cards. And it literally talks about every god in the Norse realm. It's based on different realms. Because it's not like a normal tarot deck. Just get that out of your mind. And it's a lot of fun. It is beautiful illustrations. It is... see... it's beautiful illustrations. It's very wonderful, and the book that you use is actually it's very detailed, and it's something that I would, if you are interested in Norse mythology and if you're interested in this and also divination, I definitely recommend getting this. But I think that's all that I have right now. Thank you guys so much for being with me and like hanging out with me today. I have a couple other things I'm going to drop today, so keep your eyes on it. So I just want to say merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Bye guys, have a good one.